just can't see right now because I'm busy mowing the lawn.
Can you wave hi to me, your neighbor?
Yeah,
Come over to your camera and wave hi. Say hi, neighbor.
I'm busy mowing the lawn.
No, no, I just want to get. I'm doing a video right now.
Oh, okay.
Say hi,
Yeah, you
neighbor.
have
Hi,
to screen
neighbor.
over there.
Say hi, neighbor. Say hi, neighbor. Vio con Dios. Vio con Dios. Vio con Dios, my darling. Via con Dios, my love.
Oops.
Good man, good man.
Yeah, the thing comes off.
I know you love what you do. I know you feel the soil, you feel the earth. You
Yes. Yeah.
you want the grass clippings to go back into the soil, right? Because it's
Yep.
like a fertilizer.
It true is. Yeah. Well, it seems to me the dandelions are getting smart. They're growing shorter,
Oh
so
yeah.
that the lawnmower doesn't get them. They're smart, those buggers. All the damage.
You're being recorded, of course, you know that, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. The dandelions are smart.
You know, dandelions, my grandfather made wine out of the dandelions.
I know. I know. It's wonderful. It's got lots of potassium. Very good for you.
But my grandmother, she
Yeah.
did not like that dandelion wine
I know.
because she didn't like
Yeah.
alcohol. She didn't like anything to do with alcohol, you know.
Well, some people don't like it. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
actually very healthy to drink, right?
Yep.
But
Yes,
the
it
one
is.
in the city, that's all polluted, don't you think?
Yeah.
With the dandelions in the city
Uh-huh.
nowadays would be polluted. I'm going back a lot of years, you know, when I say my grandmother and grandfather,
Right.
because they've been dead for well since the well he died in 1954, the grandfather, and
Right.
my grandmother died in 1964 when I was 19.
Yeah.
So, did you have grandparents too?
Of course. Yeah.
Were they in Canada or were they in
No, it was Mexico.
whereabouts in Mexico?
Monterey. Yeah.
Monterey.
Yeah.
That's a famous place, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
So both your mother's parents and your father's parents all lived in Monterey,
Yep.
and that's your basically that's your parents' hometown.
Correct.
If they went on Facebook, they would say hometown Monterey, current
Yeah, like me.
like you, yeah, Monterey, Mexico. That's what it says on Facebook, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Facebook is actually from California. It's owned by a company in California.
I know. Yeah. 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 He's got his headquarters in Oregon, I think. Yeah, I think it's Oregon.
Who? The founder of Facebook?
Yeah, the owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, has a big, huge headquarters in Oregon, I think.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah, yeah,
I must look that up.
yeah.
Yeah, I need to get ancestry. Get a you know, I'm so curious to know about your DNA. But I would actually get you a kit. You know, one of those kits.
Well, you can talk to Jerry Garza. You can talk to my brother. He's done the whole DNA thing.
Yeah, but you did not take personally, right?
No, I didn't. I personally didn't. No.
You should, because
Yeah.
it would be interesting. Because did he ask you to do it?
No. No, he just did the whole thing himself, and then he handed us a big paper showing us our family tree.
And did anybody else, any of the other kids and your mom, what did you do your mom?
My mom didn't do DNA kit, but she thinks it's interesting. Yeah.
It's too bad because, you know, that it would be exciting for her to know that all of her kids, and she would see it on your computer, that she matches up with all of you kids.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get all my kids to do.
Yeah.
Because I already have, I have myself and I have Tanya, child number 1, child number 2, and child number 3, but I don't have the other kids. Because I had 6 too, just like your mom and dad had 6, right?
Yeah.
Where are you, Ed? I can't see you.
Oh, I'm off screen right now.
Yeah, I see that.
You'll see me going back and forth.
It's a 6-minute long video.
Yeah.
It's now 7 minutes. How long should I keep it?
Oh, as long as you want.
Yeah, we'll get back in the screen. Get back in the video then.
Oh, well, that's up to the lawnmower. Of course, I gotta get the...
How big is the property there? How many, is that an acre of land?
No, it's probably a quarter of an acre.
So the frontage is, do you know what the frontage is?
Oops, I dropped you.
That's so funny, look.
Oh, goodness. Okay, am I back? Oh.
That's so funny.
I bumped into it with a lawnmower.
That's okay. I like electric ones. They don't make so much noise. It's like when we sold golf cars,
Stinky.
and it doesn't stink, and it's you just have to be careful not to run over the electrical cord or you'll short it out.
Well, actually, I would like to shop around for a rechargeable lawnmower so that you don't have to deal with a cord, you know?
Oh, there was one here when I moved here, and I took it over to the Fraser Valley Equipment to recycle it because it wasn't worth fixing. But it looked quite modern.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool video. Oh, that's so cool to tape record you. Cutting the grass.
Yeah, I don't like dealing with the cord.
Hey, so how's Nadine doing?
Sorry, you got out. Still there?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how's Nadine doing? Do you know?
How's the what?
Nadine.
Oh, Nadine. Oh, she's on fire. She's on the rampage. She hates me.
What about Larry? How's he doing?
Oh, he's doing okay.
but that's easy to do.
Yeah.
Because like everybody needs a phone. If the Syrian refugees can have phones, and all the people in the refugee camp in Italy, I heard every but single person has a cell phone, Ed. It's a human right to have a cell phone. Human right.
It is.
It is, and especially women and children. Everybody should have a phone. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But so many people, they're scared to get a phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because it's very expensive, right?
Yeah. You know, Mexico, they have a huge population, enormous population, but everybody has a cell phone.
That's right.
Yeah, and their phone numbers are so many digits, it's not even funny. Like you have to dial so many digits to get one person, but that's because there's so many people.
Is that the reason? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, yeah, it's very highly populated, and so the numbers, they're not. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're not 7-digit numbers. They're 9-digit numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's how many people there are in Mexico.
No. When we used to call Uncle Shime in Australia,
Yeah,
and it's how many digits did you say Mexico was?
9 digits.
9 digits. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, the first digit would be a 1, right?
Yeah.
And then what is the country code for Mexico? What is the country code?
The country code for Mexico, there's varying ones.
What is it?
First you need the dial out from Canada.
Yeah, with a 1. You do 1, and then what is the country code for Mexico?
I don't recall. I think it's.
Well, you just do a Google search. You Google search that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you go. I can't take my right hand off or I'll wreck the video. But I can type country
Yeah.
country code whoops, country code Mexico. See, there's my. I don't know if that can be seen. Country code Mexico, or did you go Monterrey, Mexico, or just Mexico? Right?
Yeah, you have to go Monterey or wherever, right? So Monterey is the one I do.
Okay, Monterey.
Yeah.
Monterey. Mexico. How do you say it? Mexico? Mexico? How do you say it in Spanish? Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Okay, holy cow. Monterey has its area code 52 to 81.
52, that's right.
No, but it goes from number 52 straight up to 81. So you were right. So if you go 81 minus 52 by the population, right?
Yeah.
That means there are 30 digits in between that. So
Oh, they've lost track. There's so many people because
and you know what the temp
Central America.
Hey, guess what the temperature is in Mexico right now in Monterey? It's
Probably 30.
no, it's 80.3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and here it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no, I checked last night. It was 25 degrees Celsius at night. That's hot.
And Monterey is 52 to 81. That's the dial codes. And then Morelia, is that Morelia?
Morelia.
Morelia. Say
Morelia.
Huh?
Morelia.
Morelia, okay. Morelia has, oh my God, it must be really lots of people there. It says plus 52 to 443. Holy cow. You're right about population in Mexico. Holy cow. So that means between, so there's up to 443 area codes. Whole dial codes. We call it an area code here in Canada, but a dial code is international, right? Dial code. If that's okay. And then there's another city called Nogales. Nogales.
Nogales.
Nogales.
I know Nogales. Yeah.
And 52 to 631. Holy moly. So this is for cell phones only, right?
Yep.
And then there's Nuevo Laredo. How do you say it? Nuevo Laredo. Nuevo Laredo. Say it again.
Nuevo Laredo.
Nuevo Laredo. And then in there, it's got 52 to 631 people. Cell phones, rather, dial codes. Dial codes, right?
Yeah.
Or, just a minute now. Country. I put country codes. But, so, Mexico has a lot of country codes. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. I mean, I've got to figure out because we used to call we'd get one of those cards at the corner store, you know, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
And you could dial Uncle Shime. He passed away, by the way, a few years ago, two years ago. But you could dial Uncle Shime's house in Western Australia, way to the west of Australia. Like here is the west coast, there it's the west coast too. But it's a country, and it's a country, and it's also a continent, Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your camera is off.
Is it?
Yeah, it says Ed de la Garza. Ed's camera is off.
Oh, that's strange.
You should write your name with no spaces.
Pardon?
You should write your name with no spaces.
Yeah.
On this is Facebook, right?
I don't know.
Mexico country. So there's 44 more. Holy, look at it. Mexico country codes. There's the page, Ed. Holy cow, look at this. My God, look. Mexico country codes.
I can't look at mowing the lawn.
No, you'll see it later. You'll see it later.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to upload this video to my YouTube. If is that okay?
Yeah.
And then all you need is a URL to see the video. That's it.
Yeah.
So you're not putting anything on your cell phone hard drive, in other words, right?
Yeah.
So I subscribe to the but I can put this. Is it okay to post this URL on your page?
Oh, yeah.
On your Facebook page?
Yeah.
I think I'm using the Bing browser. Just a minute. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm using Google Chrome. It looks so much like the Bing browser, I have to look twice, you know?
Yeah.
I have to look twice. Oh, there's Facebook. Now, this is good advertising for tourists. You think it's safe to go to Mexico, Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Well, how come so many people get murdered there? Canadians get murdered. What?
Oh, the drug cartels, they're mad.
Oh. And so they murder the tourists instead, right?
They murder the rich people, yeah,
Why?
because they can't get money anymore ever since George Bush put a moratorium on drugs.
Oh, so it's Bush's fault.
Well, he said no more cashing American money in Mexico. So the president of Mexico agreed, and so now it's illegal to deposit American money into your bank account unless it's under $200.
Wow.
Yeah, and that killed the drug industry.
Well, Bush also.
Illicit drug. Yeah, and then Barack Obama went further, and he did more. And what he did was not nice.
Really, eh?
Yeah, because he sold arms to Mexican cartels. He sold U.S. Army equipment to Mexican cartels with the excuse that they would be able to track them down by looking at their shrapnel. It's like, that's no excuse. You just make money.
But how do you know all this? So who told you this? This isn't this secret information? No.
No, it used to be secret, not anymore. The Mexican president found out, and he wants the U.S. to be accountable for that.
But right now, even Ancestry is owned by a company called Blackstone.
Yeah.
I wonder because I got a woman, and I said, "Where are you?" I phoned the 1-800 toll-free number just to get some help with what I was doing on my family trees. And she said, "I'm in Mexico."
Okay.
Now, what does that mean? The new company, Blackstone, must have a deal, a contract with Mexico. So that has to be Biden.
That's all good business. That's all good business. There's nothing wrong. It's got nothing to do with the drug trade. But, yeah.
No, but listen, Ed, I've been with Ancestry since the 90s.
Right.
And now it's what, 2021? And it was always just owned by Ancestry, in Ireland, right? But now, since the election, nobody liked Trump, right? How come nobody liked Trump?
Well, because he's a racist.
That's right. So why was Biden elected in his place?
To get rid of Trump.
Well, one thing is for sure. One thing for sure, Ed, Biden, he's a religious man. And
Yeah, he is, but he's no good. He's no good either. But it's anything to get rid of Trump.
so you don't, but everybody in Europe wanted Trump.
Wanted who?
Trump, they wanted him. The Balkan countries, they wanted Trump.
Oh, I know England did.
England did?
Yep.
No, but I'm thinking of the Balkans. Balkans.
No, Swedes and all those guys, no, they didn't want Trump. No.
You don't think Putin wanted Trump?
Yeah, Putin wanted Trump. Yeah.
Well, that's because Trump's wives were all Slavic.
Yep.
His children are Slavic.
It's not because of that.
His children are Balkan babies like my children are Balkan babies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it wasn't so much about that as much as about Trump didn't want to make war with Russia.
Well, no, because that costs a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Trump was a businessman.
Biden wants to make war with Russia.
Well, that's crazy. Biden wants to make war with Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, that would destroy all of us. That's worse than Trump.
It's ridiculous, I know.
We better get Trump back. Come on, back, Trump.
No, I don't need him
Well, Mexico says no, but Russia said, yeah, let's be friends. Come on, bratko. ID. But come on, I want to be friends with Mr. Putin. Everybody loved Putin in Russia. How come nobody loved Putin in Canada and U.S.? That's crazy. We've got to reunite with the world. I've got 1 foot. I only have a quarter of a century left. You got you got a half a century left on planet Earth. You have a voice. You, younger generation. You have the voice, not me, not anymore. I'm as old as Biden. I'm as old as Trump.
We can echo your voice.
No, we need somebody a half a century old like you.
Yeah.
You know, I think Trump and Biden, they missed the boat when they were 50, like you.
Yeah.
You think I'm joking? No, I think that's true. I think we need young blood. Young blood. How about Harry? How about Prince, former royal family Harry?
Oh, he's fine.
He's nice, eh? He's a cute guy, and
He's just a kid.
he's just a kid. Yeah. Well, he's a family man,
Yeah, he is.
you know, and look what his grandfather represented.
Yeah.
He was the Prince of Peace. Not the Prince of Darkness, the Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
Prince Philip, Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
Yes, he wasn't Dracula. He was the Prince of Peace.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, that Harry would make a good president. Can you imagine Prince Harry and Meghan becoming the leaders of the USA?
Yeah.
Would you bow down to him? How would you feel about him?
I don't bow down to anybody.
No, but would you agree that he would be a good leader?
I only bow down to my love.
Well, I think Harry would make a very good president of the USA.
Yeah. I know they're trying to bring royalty back to the USA. But I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't?
No.
Well, it might happen in 50 years from now when I'm long gone.
Well, I know Harry wants that, but not going to happen. No, we don't worship people anymore. We worship God.
Oh, that's
We
right.
are God.
That's
We
very
are
true.
God.
Well,
You and I and everybody, every human, every person you can interact with. If you say hello and it says hello back, that's God right there. Except for artificial intelligence.
but Ed, the American coins, it says, "In God we trust."
Yeah, that was added later. But yeah, it means basically the same thing. But people don't understand because they go to the God of the Bible. They go to the God of churches. So that's not God. No.
Yeah, but when the Confederation took place, it was a god. It was actually God, God, God.
Not during Confederation. No. No, it was added later.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you know all this? Did you go to university, or did your big brother teach you, or your little sister, or?
No, I looked up on Wikipedia, if that's any truth. But I looked it up, and yeah, they had the meeting to make the Confederation, and there was a ghost. There was two ghosts that appeared and told them to sign the Declaration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a paranormal occurrence in the Yeah, there were two angels that appeared and said, "Sign the declaration."
I see. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. That's American history. But
yeah, that's American.
you lived in Laredo, did you?
Yeah, for a little while, just 2 months. Yeah.
Was it a kind of like a concentration camp type deal?
No, no, not at all.
What was it, Loredo? What was it? A hotel?
Nothing.
It was a
No, we
hotel.
were no, we were just staying at the Mexican consul's house, and we just stayed there for a while before we came to Canada. Yeah.
But how did you get into Canada? Did you have to go through the immigration office?
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah. Yes. We had to go to the U.S. Consulate to deal with Canada, and they got our papers together.
We used to have
Because they
a
do.
United States.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, the United States deals with Canadian affairs when
You,
there's no Canadian offices available.
your camera went off again.
Pardon?
Your camera just went off again.
Oh well, that's just Facebook for you. They're a bunch of crooks.
And so you stayed in Vancouver in the West End in a hotel, right?
Yeah, yeah, in Capilano, and then we came to Langley. Yeah,
And you've been to Langley ever since.
I am in Langley.
And how long have you lived in Langley?
Oh, 40 years.
So you were 10 years old when you came from Mexico.
12 actually.
12. So you remember everything about Monterey
Absolutely.
and
Yeah. It's
oh
my
God.
baby town. It's when I was a baby boy. Yeah.
Well, you're 12 years old, yeah, of course. You're a child, but I remember too because I used to go and spend time on my grandmother's farm.
Yeah.
The three of us were in an orphanage,
Yeah.
me and my two little brothers. And we told the social worker at the orphanage, we said, we would like to go and live with Grandma, my father's
Oh.
mother.
Okay.
And so the social worker made arrangements to take us all up to Hanover, Ontario to live with my grandparents.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, she was alone because my grandfather had already died.
Yeah.
But that's Ontario, and you don't even have a clue, Ontario, because you've never been there, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's 3,000 miles from here.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
home. How far is your home where you were born?
5,000 miles away. Yeah. But no, 5,000 kilometers away.
Okay, but that's miles. I don't know the metric system.
Oh, okay. I don't know miles. Probably less.
When you were in school in Mexico, did they teach you the metric system?
Yes.
Yeah, but in the USA, it's not the metric system.
No, it's imperial. Well, no, it's U.S. Yeah.
Well,
It's similar.
that's what Ontario was, imperial.
Yeah.
When I was a
It's
kid,
similar.
when I was 12.
Yeah.
We
It's
were
similar
very
to
much
imperial.
connected to the USA when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
Yeah.
But now they switched over to the metric system like the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any other country in the world uses what did you call it again? Not the metric, what's the other,
There's imperial. And then
imperial,
there's US.
imperial. I keep forgetting imperial. I'm thinking royal, because we used to sing in school, we had the Lord's Prayer, and,
Right.
and then we'd sing God Save the King. It was the king then.
It was the king back then, yeah.
Yeah, and then we had to, my children sang God Save the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I only sang God Save the King for kindergarten and grade 1, I guess.
Yeah.
Because grade 1, grade 2, grade 3.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah.
phone. There you are.
there's Ed.
So you put in a good day's work, and you know how long the video is? 35 minutes. It took you 35 minutes to get the grass cut.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So
That's a good day's
I
work.
timed you on my video. See, I'm holding my. Do you see what I'm holding?
Yeah.
I'm holding my iPhone 6 Plus.
Okay.
It's a big iPhone, right?
Yeah.
And it's in a leather case. You know when I bought this one at the
Yeah.
Guildford Apple store, you know the Apple store in Guildford,
Great.
and my kids helped me choose it. and you know I was still working at my company in Port Kells, and
Yeah.
I wanted one with lots of disk space, memory or
Yeah.
whatever, disk space actually. And we got they said, oh, you don't need too much disk space, just get the 64.
Yeah.
And in no time at all, of course, it's full up, right? Because I do a lot of videos.
Yeah.
But this one is good. It still works. It's perfect. But so I just keep it for odds and ends, you know, work that I do.
Yeah.
And then I can flip the switch and connect it to my, you know, send the video. I think it's called AirDrop.
Okay.
And I can get it right onto my YouTube channel.
Ah.
But I might have to phone AppleCare and get some help with that, you know?
Yeah.
Or what I can do is what I could do is try to figure it out for myself, right?
Yeah.
Because it's fun. To me, it's fun figuring things out.
Yeah.
You know, if you pay somebody else to do the work that you can do, that God gave you a brain, then why even own this kind of equipment in the first place? That's my philosophy. Or,
Yeah. True.
you know, so because
Yeah.
it's expensive equipment, right? Device. They call it a device.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's my sister one. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that, and I've been putting it off, but like, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, my sister thanking me for the loan.
What's your sister's name?
Adriana.
Oh, that's a cute name. And how old is she yet?
She is 2 years older than me, so she would be 53. Yeah.
Wow.
She was born in 1967.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's coming up 53 in August, I think. Yeah.
And I guess the kids are all grown up now.
Oh, they're big girls. Yeah. Yeah. They're big and they love Uncle Ed. They take care of him.
So you're Uncle Ed. How do you say uncle in Spanish?
Tio. T-I-O. T-I with an accent on top.
Tio.
Tio. Tio. Yeah.
Like Dio. Vios con Dios, right? Dio.
Tio.
Tio. With a
Yeah.
T? With a T, right?
With a T. As in Ted. Yeah.
Okay. Tio Ed, right?
Yeah.
Tio Ed.
Yeah.
And that means your mother's brother or your mother's...
Well, it's actually Tio Eduardo. E-D-U-A-R-D-O. Tio Eduardo. So if anybody made mention of me, it'll show up on Google. Tio Eduardo.
That's good that you know that language.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think kids should learn the language of their parents, you know. Why not? My late husband, he used to speak all the time to Alexander and Christina. And, of course, they didn't even know what he was saying.
Oh, no.
See, a lot of kids have the attitude that, they don't know what they're talking about, the old folks. Who cares? I don't care
Yeah.
if they speak Ukrainian or Serbian or French or whatever, German, you know.
Yeah.
But Mexican people, they want their kids to learn their language, right?
Yep.
Why
Yep.
not? Yeah. I had a friend in Central Texas, and her name was Kitty, and Grandma Kitty, GMA Kitty, and all of her kids married Spanish people, the Mexican people.
Oh. Okay.
And did you ever hear about Freddie Fender, the musician?
Oh, the
He,
guitar maker.
he was my favorite. I just loved his singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vio con Dios, my darling. You
Yeah.
know, but I'm a romantic kind of woman, you
Yeah.
know. I might be old, but just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean the fire's out inside. Somebody, my
That's
old
right.
boss, my Jewish boss, he said that to me one day. And he said,
Yeah.
Heather, I was 19, pregnant with my second kid. And he said to me, and he's an old man, old Jewish man, right?
Right.
Mr. Singer, and he had white hair. And he said, just because there's snow on the roof doesn't mean the fire's out inside. Well, at 19 and pregnant, I had no clue what the hell he meant. I was very naive, you see. I
Yeah.
didn't know what that meant. It went right over my head.
Mm. Yeah.
I was just a kid, right? But I
Yeah.
was pregnant. Didn't mean that because I'm naive in the brain doesn't mean that not I'm not that way anymore. Of course, I'm
Yeah.
how many years older now?
Well,
I'll
it's
be
different now.
77 in May, for crying out loud.
I know, right?
My
Yeah.
daughter is now 55 years old. She's the same age as your sister, Adriana, right?
Yeah.
Adriana. I love that name, Adriana. I know that name from somewhere.
Mhm.
Adriana. I know it. I just can't think of it because I'm in another world right now. I'm in Mexico.
Yeah.
With you,
Ah.
I'm in Mexico. Mexico.
Oh, you're in Langley, BC, actually. But with a Mexican twist. Yeah. Yeah.
I like pretending. I like pretending.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Shall we say adios or adios amigos for the video?
Adios.
I'm
Yeah,
doing the video.
adios.
This is the video.
Yeah.
I can upload it to your page or send you the
Okay.
URL.
Yeah.
You like
Good. Yeah.
pretend you're a Pancho Villa. Just pretend you're
Mm.
Pancho Villa. You know the
Oh, yeah.
bandito? Bandido. How do you say it? Bandido. It's the Mexican
I don't.
Revolution. Ed, remember
Yeah.
when it was the Mexican Revolution?
Oh, yeah.
Are you a
Oh,
reincarnated Pancho Villa?
I don't think so. No, my grandpa fought the Mexican Revolution. Yeah.
Oh, did he fight in the Revolution?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. He was.
they might refuse your entry to your ancestors, your descendants now in Monterey. They might not be able to get into the USA because they fought against them in the war, in the
I think it's
revolution.
fine. I think we're fine. No, we're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are reasons, immigration rules, you know. In Europe,
Well, the.
you
Yeah.
you can't become a Serbian citizen if your family are, you know, certain countries have restrictions on immigration rules.
Oh, I see.
You
Yeah.
see what I mean? We know about Mexico, but we don't know about other countries. At least I don't. I don't know, unless I go back
Yeah.
to school and take. But I don't think I can do that right now. First of all, I would need lots of money, money to
Yeah.
get to go to university, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I would need a lot of money. I'd have to. Would I get a student loan at my age? I
Yeah.
doubt it. I could
Well,
apply for a
you could.
student loan, but I
I
don't
think
think
everybody can. Yeah.
I realistically I don't think I could get a student loan. But isn't education free for seniors?
Yep.
Is it free if you're a senior?
Oh yes. Oops.
So how old do you have
It's
to?
free.
It's free to go to university.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's free, but you can get a tuition fee. Yeah, you can get a student loan. Yeah.
At my age.
Yeah. Yeah, it's doable.
Where would I apply? To the government, eh? To the federal government.
I don't know. Just Google it up.
Yeah, I know. That's
You should
what I
be
have
able
to
to.
do.
I don't see why not.
Well, you never know, Ed. You never know what Heather Hopkins is going to do next.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might surprise everybody with a degree in a Bachelor of Arts degree, maybe, or
Exactly.
Doctor
Right.
of Philosophy. Can you imagine me as a Doctor of Philosophy? Or maybe I could become an AC/DC musician. Do you think that music will be ever come back to life? Do you think rock and roll is here to stay or what?
It's here to stay. Yeah. Kids are
Hail
rocking
to Mick Jagger, right?
Our generation's kids are rocking to it, and there's no killing it. No, they love it.
Who's your
Like,
favorite musician of all?
Uh, the Beatles.
Really?
The Beatles. Yeah.
Which Beatle was your favorite Beatle?
Oh, Ringo Starr, the best drummer ever.
What about George Harrison? He was the most spiritual Beatle.
Well, George was spiritual, but Paul is the best.
He was my favorite when I was 19. Oh, I love Paul. I took one look at the landlord's. I lived in Toronto at 184 Rosemont Avenue, and my landlord was Jewish, and they had one daughter, Rose Linda.
Uh-huh.
Mr. and Mrs. Sidney and Anne Fine, Fine,
Right.
and one daughter, Rose Linda Fine, and she was going to high school. And I was a little bit older. I was 19, pregnant with a little child, a 2-year-old.